What would you do if you were humiliated in front of the whole school, tied up by bullies in the gym rafters with everyone laughing at you? For most, it would be the most terrifying and embarrassing moment of their life. But for one brave girl, it became the spark that transformed not only her own world, but the entire school forever. Stay with me till the end, because this story will show you how courage can turn pain into power. Please like this video and subscribe to Kindness Tales so we can keep sharing powerful true stories like this. The sound of sneakers squeaking across the polished floor filled the school gymnasium. Emma, a quiet 16-year-old with a heart full of dreams, was walking across the gym when 4 bullies surrounded her. They had mocked her for months, calling her names, laughing at her clothes, and whispering cruel things whenever she passed. But that day, they planned something far worse. Before she could react, they grabbed her, tied her hands with a thick rope, and dragged her toward the climbing rope that hung from the rafters. The crowd of students, instead of helping, just stood frozen. Some laughed nervously, others recorded on their phones. "Let's see if the little mouse can climb out of this one," one bully sneered. They pulled the rope high, leaving Emma suspended, dangling like a puppet in front of everyone. Laughter echoed, bouncing off the gym walls. For a moment, Emma felt her chest tighten. Her face burned with shame. Her tears blurred the faces below. She thought about her mother, who always told her, "No matter what, never let them take your spirit." The laughter grew louder. Someone shouted, "She's stuck, look at her." But deep within Emma, anger and courage began to spark. She realized she had 2 choices: stay humiliated and broken, or fight back. She pressed her wrists against the rough rope, twisting, pushing, ignoring the sting on her skin. Her arms ached, her shoulders trembled, but she didn't stop. And then she spotted it, a small piece of sharp metal sticking out from the rafters near her feet. Hope lit inside her. Emma began swinging gently, side to side, until her shoe brushed against the jagged edge. The crowd gasped, unsure what she was trying to do. Again and again, she struck the rope against the sharp corner. The rope fibers began to fray. Sweat poured down her face, her body shaking with every attempt, but she refused to quit. Finally, with one last desperate swing, the rope snapped. Emma dropped to the floor, landing hard on her knees, but she was free. The crowd went silent. The bullies froze, their smiles erased. Emma stood up slowly, her eyes burning not with tears, but with strength. For the first time, she wasn't the victim anymore. The next morning, the entire school buzzed with whispers. Videos of Emma's escape had spread online, but instead of mocking her, many students called her brave. The same people who once stood by and watched now looked at her with respect. But Emma didn't stop there. She walked into the principal's office and demanded change. Her voice shook at first, but her determination grew stronger with each word. "It's not just about me," she said. "No student should ever feel powerless in their own school. We need to do better. We need to stand together." The principal, moved by her courage, listened. Soon, new rules against bullying were enforced. Teachers began workshops, students were encouraged to speak up, and Emma was asked to share her story at an assembly. When she stood on the stage weeks later, she looked out at hundreds of faces, some guilty, some supportive, some inspired. Emma told them everything: the pain, the humiliation, the fear, and how she turned it into strength. Her voice echoed through the auditorium. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's choosing to act even when you're afraid. That day, I didn't just cut a rope. I cut free from the fear that held me down, and so can you. The applause was thunderous. Even some of the bullies, ashamed and shaken, apologized in tears afterward. Emma didn't just forgive them, she encouraged them to join her in creating a safer, kinder school. From that moment on, things began to change. Students who once stayed silent started standing up for one another. Friendships grew where cruelty once lived. And Emma, she became the girl who cut the rope, but more importantly, the girl who showed everyone that even in the darkest moment, bravery can light the way.